There,
Going, Coach.
now we're good. Is it coming up on yours too, Ashley?
Yeah.
Okay, good. I'm going to let you handle that, okay?
Okay.
There we go. Okay. Just give me a little go, Ashley, when you think you've got that pretty clear, and then I'll wait a few seconds. There we go.
Yes, ma'am, we are.
All right. Thank you so much. First of all, welcome to the 2021 Season 2 Varsity Awards Night. I would like to begin tonight by offering my best to all of you and your families during these challenging times. I can remember about a year ago when we all started this difficult journey of a world with COVID-19. As the lockdown began, we started to hear the message, we're in this together. Well, we've all learned what that exactly means. During the 2021 winter season, our coaches became temperature takers, contact tracers, mask wearers, and all-round supporters of our student athletes. Our families had to complete daily questionnaires, work very closely through monitoring their children and exposures, and finally trusting our safety protocols. Our student athletes had to commit to a team-first mentality and eliminate their exposure to friends that were outside of our teams. They were tasked with wearing a face mask at all times possible, and they also had to trust each other. So to say the least, we were in this together. But beyond keeping the Highlander pledge of safety every day, we also competed at the highest level. Our boys basketball team had a thrilling season, finishing with an impressive 10 wins, along with an 8-game winning streak. The team completed the season with a huge win over arch rival Summit. Our girls basketball team finished with a record of 9 wins and only 3 losses. The team competed against some of the largest schools in Union County and worked and challenged themselves every day. Our ice hockey team completed an absolutely amazing season. They won the regular season Kelly Division Championship. Then in exciting fashion, the team scored the tying goal in the last seconds of the Kelly Cup Championship. Then in the second overtime, the team scored their 5th goal of the night to raise the Kelly Cup. What a great season. Congratulations. Our boys and girls fencing team also had wonderful seasons on the strip. As synonymous with our program, they were creative and always supported each other. Both teams competed every night and saw great growth in their skills. And finally, our cheerleaders got in on the great season results too, by coming in first place in the prestigious Rumble in the Jungle cheer competition. The team is also still being judged in other virtual competitions. Good luck, team. Now I'd like to extend a few thank yous. First, I'd like to begin by thanking our Board of Education and our athletic committee, along with our superintendent, Dr. Melissa Varley, for all their support. It takes a lot of hard work to allow our athletic programming to continue and to compete at the highest level we did. We greatly appreciate your confidence and support throughout this entire winter season. I'd also like to thank our parents and families for their outstanding support of our winter teams. We could have never scored a goal, completed a backflip, scored a 3-pointer, or completed a lunge move in fencing without all of you. Finally, I'd like to thank all of our caring and dedicated and talented coaching staff. We started out with a lot of how the heck are we going to pull this off to let's go. You truly have been amazing, and I know that the 2021 season will be a memory forever. So thank you very much. Now on to the program. Tonight will be just a little bit different besides being virtual. Our coaches will present virtually, and then all of our coaches already have their actual varsity awards, and we'll be handing those out at a date to be determined by each specific sport. Now, it's my honor to introduce our first team presenting tonight, and that is our boys basketball team coached by Chris Leffler.
Thank you very much. Congratulations to all the winter sports varsity athletes. I'd like to thank Superintendent Dr. Varley, the Board of Education, and the administration for letting my staff and I coach these young men this season. I'd like to thank our parents for supporting us all season long, especially the moms who organized everything for our team over the course of the year. I'd also like to thank our managers for all the time and effort they put in. And I'd like to thank Ann and Ashley too for all the organizing and rescheduling they've had to do this season, as hectic as it was. This was obviously the strangest basketball season I've ever been a part of, with absolutely no off season involvement with the coaches. It really started with virtual meetings in the month of December. Even those always had the feeling of uncertainty. Would we even start the season? And would we actually get through this season? And sure enough, after a 3-day delay to the start of the season, there we were ready for tryouts. After all the check-ins and temperature checks, masks on, and nervousness, we were finally on the court. And for those 2 hours, there was a sense of normalcy. The players did not take one day for granted this season. In fact, we talked daily about the possibility of getting shut down at any moment. They embraced that. They played hard every moment they got to step on the court. The season was exactly what we always say the game of basketball is, a game of runs. We started out losing to a really tough and athletic Union team, but then bounced back to win 8 straight games. The longest winning streak in my tenure here at GL. The next 4 games would really test our character as we would lose all 4. But the guys showed up and worked hard every day of practice and were able to overcome that losing streak with a 30-point win the last time they'd walk onto their own home court. The season ended with a trip to Summit, a team we hadn't beaten in 5 years. The game kind of summed up our season. We started out strong as a team, had a tough part where we had to weather the storm as a team, but we finished strong as a team and walked out there with a win for the last time as a team. I couldn't be more proud of these guys, and not because we won 10 games, but because we completed the season without being shut down. And that's because of the commitment the players made to making sure they got everything they could out of this year. As always, I wish the seniors nothing but the best in their college careers and whatever their future brings them. This basketball program and school are always here for them no matter what. Thank you and have a great night. And now I'd like to announce the boys basketball letter winners. Our first year letter winners, sophomores, John Schmidt, Alexander Yablonowski, juniors, Brian Dolinik, Bryce Facey, Harry Goldstein, Connor Tracy, and senior, Jason Schmidt. Our second year letter winners, juniors, Nick Gold, Brian McGrath. Seniors, Evan Accardi, Victor Chait, Christopher Mika, Matthew Quinn, and Kyle Sotosanti. And our manager, senior, third year letter winner, Sarah Hunter. Thank you, everyone, and have a great night.
Thanks, Coach Leffler. Now it's my honor to introduce our head girls basketball coach, Mr. Chris Eckert.
Thank you, Ms. Clifton. First off, I just want to thank Ms. Clifton, Ms. Reedy, Mr. Hirsch, Ms. Ringwood, and all the custodians and all the administrators for making this season possible. To piggyback on Coach Loff, you know, with all the virtual meetings and not knowing what was going to happen, it was amazing that we were able to even get the season in, and I'm so proud that we got the season in. Also, a huge thank you to my team parents, Ms. Hopek and Mrs. Chichamara. Your continued dedication to the girls basketball team makes my job that much easier. And lastly, a huge thank to my 2 assistant coaches, Rob Ritter and Zach Warswick. They're great to work with every day, and I'm looking forward to next year and beyond. So this season, again, was like nothing I've ever experienced before, from a delayed start to a quick shutdown to dealing with multiple team injuries. But this team had a no excuse mentality. And it was the most fun I've ever had coaching. And I told the girls that after the Union Catholic game. I thanked them for allowing me to coach them because it was so much fun for me. And it kind of gave me a distraction of life. And I had a blast. So I couldn't be more proud of this team. After an early shutdown, only 2 practices, we started the season 3-0. This group of girls were coachable, hardworking, and brought a positive attitude every day. We finished the season 9-3, having some great wins and some tough losses, but we will learn from those losses and be better for it next year. I couldn't be more excited because I have all the girls coming back next year, and I'm looking for a really strong offseason. Thank you again for a great year, and now to the letter award winners. First, Castrovinci. Sophomores, Jillian Shakatano and Caroline Freer. Second year letter winners, juniors, Erin Halongos, Reagan Hopek, Danny Kang. Third-year letter winners, juniors, Julia Byrne, Gianna Chichamara, Ali Post, and manager, junior, Julie Zazowski, third year. Thank you, guys.
Thanks, Coach Eckert. Wonderful season. It's my honor now to introduce our head winter cheer coach, Brianna Figueroa. Sorry, Figueredo. Sorry.
Figueredo, yes, it's okay.
Sorry about
It's a
that.
tough one.
But you're a great coach.
Thank you. I'm just going to pull up my speech. Okay, good evening, everyone. I want to thank everyone who played a role in helping the winter 2021 season happen. I want to give a special shout out to our team mom, Mrs. Barca. She helped me through my first year of coaching the team, and she planned an amazing senior night for the girls. Like the unconventional year we had as a society, our cheer team season was anything but normal. We had to overcome a rocky start to the season. Most of the girls didn't even think there would be a season. I was asked to coach the team late into the season and took on the job not knowing how the season would go. We were able to start practicing by the end of January and prepare our routine. The team performed a 1.5-minute routine at the home basketball games, but unfortunately, no spectators were permitted, which meant we couldn't cheer on the sidelines. However, thanks to the new safety guidelines, spectators were permitted to attend, and the team was able to cheer on the sidelines and perform at halftime at 2 games near the end of the season. We spent the majority of the season preparing our routine for competitions. This year, competitions were virtual. This added a different level of nerves to the team as a whole. Making sure we had a great routine as well as setting up the technology to record the videos was no easy feat. We submitted our video recordings to 2 competitions, Rumble in the Jungle at Hackettstown High School and the NJCDCA States competition. Our team placed first in our division for the Rumble in the Jungle competition. The NJCDCA States competition results will be announced in April. You should be able to see the routine on the TVs in the hallway very soon. This was an amazing season with a great group of girls. It's a special year for me as well because the seniors on the team were freshmen my first year of coaching fall. I have seen them through all 4 years in the program. I'm so proud of each of you, and I wish you luck in whatever the future holds. To the team, congratulations on a successful season, and congratulations to all of the GL 2021 varsity letter winners. And I'll now announce the cheerleading letter winners. First year letter winners. Freshmen, Sophia Feinberg and Victoria Fontes. Sophomores, Lainey Canizaro and Riley Dahl. Junior, Lacey Harris. Second year letter winners. Sophomores, Erin Blake, Mia Del Duca, and Sarah Teitelbaum. Seniors, Kayasia Akeo and Brooke Sider. Third year letter winners. Juniors, Malika Chandrakar, Olivia Gorney, and Emily Skinner. Seniors, Sophia Barca and Naomi Brogton. Fourth year letter winners. Seniors, Brianna Kagan, Victoria Jonach, Allison Knapp, and Jordan Tango. Thank you.
Thanks, Coach. And just so you know, we did share your performance with the Highlander Booster Club that sent a Booster Club blast. So if you have a moment, everyone check that out. Our girls did an amazing job this year.
Thank you.
Thank you, Coach. And now it is my honor to introduce your Kelly Cup champions and head coach Mike Crescitello, our ice hockey program.
Hi, Ann, thank you. I would like to start off tonight first by congratulating all of our winter season award winners and by thanking all of those who helped us navigate this chaotic year. First, I'd like to thank the Board of Education of both Berkeley Heights and New Providence. They continue to support our program, especially in a year that we needed it most. Next, I would like to especially thank Ann, Ashley, Todd, Jeannie Ringwood, and Ann Berardi, as all of them have played a pivotal role in providing and creating a safe environment for all of our athletes. The amount of effort put in by each of these individuals should not go unnoticed. More than ever, calls and conversations took place around the clock, from creating policies on the fly to rescheduling games and practices, switching buses, navigating quarantines. The amount of time that you all personally sacrificed for the betterment of our teams is something we cannot thank you enough for. Also, more now than ever, I would like to thank our parents. This year required a group effort to make everything work. The flexibility and understanding of an ever-changing schedule while ensuring our players were making the right decisions to help keep us on the ice led to our success. And lastly, I would like to thank my assistant coaches, Matt Altamare, and volunteers, Travis DeLello and Ryan Daly, for their continuous passion, dedication, and support. Before I begin to reminisce through the greatest ice hockey season in the history of the program, I couldn't emphasize enough how our greatest accomplishment was the ability to play 13 games this season in a varsity schedule. Finding that consistency without disruption after a first early and only quarantine at the beginning of our season is an accomplishment within itself. Our players sacrificed a lot this season, but it allowed them to meet the ultimate success. This year, we won the Kelly Cup Conference Championship in a storybook ending, as Ann spoke about already, in double overtime, 5-4 beating Cranford. In addition to that, we earned a Kelly Division regular season champion title, finishing undefeated in division play. We defeated three-time state champion for the first time ever since 2008 Summit High School in the George Bell Winter Classic, finishing with a record of 12-1-0, and with our first ever final state ranking at number 18, leaving us in the conversation as one of the top public school teams in the state, ranked number 7 public school-wise overall and number 2 in our group. It's a shame that we didn't have a state championship to continue to play for, to really show what we could have done. On top of our varsity success, we still have to appreciate our JV team and their success as well. They finished with an undefeated season at 7-0-1 and with the JV Union County League Championship. Every individual on this team bought into a winning culture. Our seniors leave this program as champions, having led the team to its most successful season in school history, leaving GL Ice Hockey in a better position than it was when they joined us 4 years ago. As a program, we look to continue our upward trajectory of success. In addition to our team successes, I would like to highlight some individual accomplishments from the season. First, I would like to highlight Brady Silverman, freshman forward, who received the second team All-Kelly Division honors as a forward. He was also the Heating and Cooling Highlander Athlete of the Week, as well as the top freshman goal scorer in the state and top freshman point getter in the state, on top of scoring the storybook ending double overtime goal. 10th grader Brandon Caccaro, defenseman, for his All-Kelly Division first team defense honors. Brian Kramer, sophomore forward, for his All-Kelly Division MVP, as well as receiving the Heating and Cooling Highlander Athlete of the Week, as well as being the top point getter in the state with 50 points in just 13 games. Shane Cook, our assistant captain, junior goalie, received All-Kelly Division honor second team for his goalie position, and also in not double overtime, but in the first overtime in the championship game, he recorded his career 1,000th save. Junior Matt Dorada, also assistant captain forward, received honorable All-Kelly Division honorable mention honors, as well as receiving the Joe Everly Weichert Realtors Pioneer Athlete of the Week. And lastly, senior captain Drew Skatarzak, defenseman, receiving All-Kelly Division honorable mention. I would like to congratulate everyone involved in our ice hockey program in earning the title as champions. That will live with you all forever. And now I would like to go through the award winners. First year letter winners: freshman Jordan Baum, Jackson Benward, Daltrey Ferrigno, and Brady Silverman. Second year letter winners: sophomores Brandon Caccaro, Colin DeCroy, Brandon Fowlis, Brian Kramer, and Matthew Wallen. Junior, Jimmy Whalen, and senior, Josh Vaidman. Third year letter winners: juniors, Shane Cook, Matt Dorada, Sebastian Gratzen, and Philip Kustaftis. And 4-year letter winners: seniors, Thomas Hoy, Jack Norton, and Drew Skatarzak. Thank you all. Have a good night.
Thank you, Coach, and congratulations once again. Our last team we'll honor tonight will be our boys and girls fencing team, coached by Mr. Michael Wang. Coach, it's all yours.
Okay. Good evening. Tonight, I want to honor the Governor Livingston fencing team. This season, we face a lot of challenges besides the COVID pandemic. We had a missing epee coach. We had no district and state tournaments, and we had a lot of our season's meets and practices taken away because of snow. So our team had to rise up to the challenge, and they did really well to go forward. As a solution to the missing epee coach, our seniors, many of them who were state ready, Blake, Chris Zhang, Holly, and Ritika, took on the role of mentors and leaders for our new up-and-coming epee squad, and actually led them to winning the most sweeps compared to any other weapon on our team. We had a lot of seniors show really good attitude with our foils, Elijah and Richard, and sabers, Milroy and Jason, setting a good example and showing that even if they couldn't compete for any big titles, they could still come to practice and have fun as much as they could at big competitions. And we had remote calling in of fencers who might not have been comfortable in the enclosed space, but still wanted to contribute to the team. So special shout out to CRL for that. When we had snow days, we had we try to make the best use of our time. So we use these remote calls in to do footage review. And I have to give a special shout out to Sid for helping out, really analyze all the other fences on the team and show them ways they can improve and continue to grow, even as he's leaving as a senior. Some things that we tried were new this year. We couldn't have our normal Frosh Soft tournament to let the freshmen and sophomores shine. So we created our own first annual GL Frosh Soft. This was an idea by our saber fencer Naloy, and we got the whole team involved. We set up a live stream for it, and we ended up with a few new champions, Chris Ivanov, Waverly, and Shivam. A special thanks to our manager, Kavya, and our junior fencer, Nate, who put together a score sheet so we could broadcast these scores live and keep the tournament running really well. It was the first fencing tournament I ever hosted, but it went off pretty well, thanks to their help. We also had our awesome new captains, Waverly, Brandon, Rihanna, and Michael, come up with creative solutions for senior night. This coincided really nicely with how when parent spectators were allowed. So our seniors who had given so much to the team were able to have a proper send-off. And then one special point of note was when we couldn't bring in any outside vendor to do a balloon arch, our very own team members, James and Samira, made their own. And they brought it into the gym, and then we had to spend maybe a good 20 minutes trying to set it up because it kept falling over. But they caught the spirit, and I'm sure all the seniors loved it. Lastly, I want to make a special, really like a heartfelt appreciation for the new fencers on the team, because joining a new team in high school is scary enough. But if you have to join in the midst of a pandemic and be asked to fence against varsity level opponents because of a small team size, that's a huge challenge. And Rebecca and Samira rose up to that challenge. They had to fence in our very first meet, and then they were able to carry our team strong through the season. So on this note, let's honor this year's letter winners. First year letter winners, the two freshmen I mentioned, Samira Delabani and Rebecca Knuth. Second year letter winners, sophomores, Sophia Judic, Captain Waverly Lorne, and Captain Rihanna Fatka. Juniors, Samantha Lugo, Ivy Ng, and Rachel Prokap. And our senior, Holly Coviello. Third year letter winners, junior Elena Timmerman and senior Ritika Sinha Chowdhury. And our manager, sophomore Kavya Kasula. And our first year letter winners, freshman James Delabani, Joseph Leposki, Shivam Mondal, Henry Strohmeyer, and Stephen Yu. Our sophomores, Wonky Che, Sean Gleason, Patrick Nohilly, Ryan Richardson, and Ryan Wetterer. Our second year letter winners, sophomores, Christopher Ivanov and Edward Sun. And juniors, Frederick Huggins, Nathan Leposki, Captain Michael Mezzo, and Andrew O'Brien. Our third year letter winners, juniors, Captain Brandon Lim and Alexander Yu. And our seniors, I'm gonna miss you guys, Elijah Bove, Jason Cantor, Niloy Chaudhary, Blake Januzzi, Siddharth Fatak, Richard Wetterer, and our fourth year letter winner, Christopher Zhang. Thank you all.
Thank you, Coach. Greatly appreciated. I'd like to just finish up tonight with a few quick thank yous. First of all, I do want to thank our coaches again. You know, when you enter into a season where the NJSI says we're not going to have any state championships, that's a daunting challenge to keep our teams motivated. But in my observations, we are as motivated at the end of the season as we were in the beginning. So that's all testimony to our coaches. I'd also like to thank Mr. Mike Scarra for helping out tonight and helping out set up our streaming along with Kevin Fontana. We were able to stream all of our games this year, and that was an outstanding challenge, and they were a huge help in making that all happen. So thank you very much. I'd also like extend a huge thank you to the Highlander Booster Club. We can always count on you to support all of our efforts, and the support of our athletic programs is second to none. So thank you. I'd also like to thank, as we've all mentioned, Mrs. Ringwood and Mr. Hirsch, Todd Hirsch, for working through the COVID protocols. They are our experts and work through everything to make sure that we're safe. And I'd also like it, you know, student athlete clearances became a whole new obstacle this year, and they handled it with ease. So they are truly our healthcare heroes. So thank you very much. I'd like to send a special thank you to Ashley Reedy tonight. She is the athletic secretary. And at any given time, she can be counted on to do almost anything for our programming. She's a great help tonight, was able to promote our coaches through the ceremony. So thank you very much, Ashley. You are amazing. In closing this evening, I would like to wish our graduating seniors the best of luck in their future endeavors, our future student athletes, the passion and desire to work hard in the off season to be a difference maker for your teams next year. Just a last note, this PowerPoint will be presented. And if you notice, there were little icons on it. All of our coaches' speeches are also taped on there, and we're also recording the ceremony, and we will post it up on our website by tomorrow. Thank you very much. And remember, once a Highlander, always a Highlander. Be safe and be well. Thank you for your time tonight.